Hello friends, welcome back to the shop. Today is Sunday, December 23rd, and it is nearly Christmas. So I hope you're all having a great weekend and looking forward to the coming holiday and to New Year and all that good stuff. Today I am smoking this, I believe does not have a name. Yeah, this is an unmarked pipe. I call it my Danny Shore pipe because I purchased it in the Danny Shore sale, and it is a wonderful pipe for smoking aromatics, and it's just a nice chunky pipe that feels really good in the hand, and it does smoke aromatics very well. And while I don't often smoke aromatics, when I do, it's nice to have a pipe that handles them well. And what I am smoking this morning is some Sutliff Black Spice, which is my current Christmas blend, and it's really quite nice stuff. The Artful Codger turned me onto this, I guess it's been 2 years ago now, and thank you for that, Ben. It's really been a great addition to the holiday rotations. I really enjoy it. And I like this pipe quite a bit, except the bite zone is a little too thick for me, so at some point I'm going to either probably just thin that down, see if I can. The problem is that the airway is also quite large, and that's one of the reasons it smokes so well for me. So I can't thin the airway down too much. I may actually have to make a new stem, because right now I can't really clench it effectively and talk very well because it's holding my teeth too far apart. It's also not terribly comfortable to clench, but it is light enough, and boy, it smokes well. So, a couple of things I wanted to talk about today in the run-up to Christmas. We had a really nice week. Got a lot done in the shop. The TV stand is nearly finished. I need to make a top for it and a few other small bits that I'm hoping to actually finish the majority of the construction today, and then it's just a matter of putting the finish on it. And one of the problems is that unfortunately it's too big to get out of the basement without taking it apart. So after it's all put together and I've got the finish applied and everything, I'm going to have to take it apart. So it's a bit frustrating, but that's okay. I just carry it up piece by piece and put it back together, and it'll be good as done. So I will definitely get some pictures of it when it's finished. It's coming along nicely. I'm quite pleased with it, and I'm going to be really happy to finally get the darn thing out of my shop. So that's been taking up a lot of my time this week. We had a bit of an adventure. My friend the furnace, which will almost certainly interrupt us at some point this morning. Yeah, let's see, what day was it? I think it might have been Wednesday. I was working down here most of them, well, all morning and a good chunk of the afternoon. And then I was upstairs. We had dinner, and it was after dinner, and my wife said, "Gee, it's chilly." And I realized it was actually quite cold in the house. And then I remembered that I didn't recall the furnace turning on the whole time that I was down here. I went and looked at it, and there was quite a bit of water coming out of it. And I thought, oh boy, this is not good. So we called. By this point it was too late to call anyone. So we called at, I think it was 6:30 in the morning the following day, which would have been Thursday. The people that service our furnace, they had somebody here by 8:30, which was pretty remarkable. I was afraid, just given that it's the holiday season and that it's winter, I thought it was going to take at least a day or two to get somebody out here. And it turns out what happened having trouble keeping this lit. What happened was there's a electronic control on the igniter. It's an oil burning furnace, and that had become, it wasn't broken, it just wasn't always triggering, and that it did not trigger, which led to the entire furnace to shut down. And it turns out that the way this furnace is designed, the gaskets on it, if the furnace gets cold, the gaskets lose their seal, and it leaks. I'm sure there's an excellent reason for designing it that way, although it does seem like a pretty poor design. If every time the furnace gets cold, and by the way, it's not just cool, it's cold. So in the summertime, this wouldn't be a problem. Anyway, so the gasket shrunk and the thing leaked, and the guy had to replace the electronic controller, got the thing warmed up, the gaskets expanded, it stopped leaking, and everything's been fine. So that was kind of exciting. Not something I was hoping would happen, but you know, it's always good to have a little bit of excitement in your vacation. The other thing that happened this week is my wife and I went to a really nice dinner. There's a theater not too far from here called the Sellersville Theater, and this is an old theater. It was built in 1894. Beautiful place, and attached to it is a restaurant called the Washington House, and it's a very nice restaurant, and it's everything from fine dining to hamburgers. We go there probably 5 or 6 times a year, and yeah, it's just a nice place. And last time we were there was right after Thanksgiving, and they every year, the week before Christmas, they do 2 nights a showing on their big screen in the theater of It's a Wonderful Life. And we've wanted to do this for years, but there's no reserved seating, so it's sort of first come, first seat, and it's a small theater, and we just always assumed that it was going to fill up too quickly, and you know, we didn't want to wait in line and all that kind of. So anyway, we're having dinner, and it turns out they had a special this year for the first time. If you made reservations for dinner that evening before the show, they would give you an assigned seat. And we thought, well, that's great. We like eating dinner here, and we want to see the movie. So we made the reservations. We had a very nice dinner. This was, I think it was Saturday. No, it couldn't have been Saturday. It was Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, had a very nice dinner, and then saw It's a Wonderful Life on the big screen. It was wonderful. It was like stepping back in time, and it's such a great movie. I'm sure you've all seen it many times, but it was quite a treat to see it in a theater like that, with a crowd of people, and you know, sharing the reaction in that setting is always it's a different way of seeing the movie. I'm reminded of this is quite a tangent, but as most guys are, I'm a Three Stooges fan, and I've watched the Three Stooges from the time I was a little boy. I've seen every one of their shorts 100 times, and you know, I love them. They're hilarious. And if you disagree with me, keep it to yourself. So, turns off I live not too far from what's called the Stoogeum. It's a Three Stooges museum that's really quite nice. It's got lots and lots of Stooges memorabilia and, you know, personal items and parts from sets and things like that, and it's really neat to go and see that. But they have a small theater in the museum. It's very small. It probably only seats about 40 or 50 people. And they continuously show Three Stooges shorts. So you can go to the museum and just sit there and watch the Three Stooges all day if you want. Oh, the catch is they're only open one weekend a month, so you gotta schedule it right. So I went and I sat in this theater with 40 or 50 other people, and I watched the Three Stooges, and I've never laughed that hard because you're in a room full of people that are all laughing. Even though I knew what was coming, I knew what the jokes were, I've seen it 100 times, it was funnier than ever because there were other people in the room laughing at the time. It was really interesting. And It's a Wonderful Life was similar. You know, it's a lighthearted, funny movie in a lot of ways. It's also a very dramatic movie in a lot of ways, and the audience just helped you pick up on those emotional aspects of the film. It was a great time. So that was really great. So yeah, it's been a really nice lead up to Christmas. I'm looking forward to the day itself. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and then back to well, no, not back to, because we still got to get through New Year. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. The other thing I wanted to briefly touch on is it's been a very nice holiday season because I've been contacted by so many of you folks. So some of you very generously sent me a card or a gift or something like that. And it's not expected. It's not in any way expected, but it's so nice when it happens. Or just an email, just an email wishing Merry Christmas, and of course many comments. It just there's something very different about the pipe community here, and I've gotten Velvet Ben. I'm sorry, I mean the Artful Codger has been sending out these wonderful little tins of vintage velvet, and he sent one to me, and I really quite appreciate that. I've received, my friend Christian sent a tin of H&H Burley Flake, which I've been wanting to try that for quite a while, and that's going to be my Christmas morning pipe, so I'm greatly looking forward to that. My friend the Durham Duke sent me a very neat little temper. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess here. This is, so you attach this to your key ring and it screws open and you got the little tamper there. And I really like that because I have a check tool on my key ring, but I never use it because when I use it I get ash in my pocket and it's a mess. But this will keep the ash self-contained, so that was really very thoughtful, and turns out will fit very well with my need for a pocket tamper. So thank you, Durham Duke. My friend Gator John sent me an entire tub of Carter Hall. And again, none of this is expected. I'm just pointing to it, not to say, look, I got neat stuff, but which I did, but to say that the generosity in this community is remarkable, and the Christmas cards and the emails and all that. And my wife is one of these my face people that I don't understand that thing. You know what I'm talking about. Facebook, I call it my face because I'm an old man. I don't understand it. And you talk to these people and they say, oh, I've got 850 friends, but not a single Christmas card. It's different. The word friend gets thrown around very casually now, and those aren't friends. Those are contacts. Those are followers. You guys are friends, and some of you are friends that I've met in person and shared a pipe with, and you're very, very close and dear to me. And some of you are friends that I've only traded a few words with in comments, but that's just as important to me. So what I want to say, and I'll wind this up with this thought, is that I really appreciate the friendship, the support that you've shown me over the years, the fact that you every weekend sit down and spend this time with me, that you give me this outlet to talk about my life, to talk about my pipes and my tobaccos. and that you engage in conversation with me. And, I'm grateful for that. I'm just grateful that you guys are out there. And when this time of year rolls around and there's an exchange of greetings and happiness and Christmas wishes and all that, it just amplified so much. So thank you all. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, for liking, all that good stuff. And I wish you all a very, very happy holiday season. If you're a Christmas person, a Merry Christmas and a blessed Christmas. And I wish everyone health and happiness in the new year. So I will see you likely before the new year, if I've got my dates right. If not, I'll see you shortly after the new year. You all take care. Have a great Christmas. And until we speak again, I will look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Goodbye now.